Let's be honest, you felt it too. You just finished that MERN stack project or that Flutter app. It looks beautiful. The UI is clean, the dark mode is sleek, and the buttons have that perfect hover effect. You show it to your friends, and they're impressed. But then, you open a LeetCode tab. You see a medium problem about binary trees or dynamic programming. You look at that black terminal window, and suddenly, that senior developer feeling vanishes. You feel like a fraud. You think, why am I doing this? In the real world, I'm building apps, not reversing linked lists. This is a waste of time. My app works fine, right? Well, as someone who has spent over a decade in the trenches of software engineering, from failing my first technical interview to building systems that handle millions of requests, I'm here to tell you, your frustration is valid. But your conclusion, it's the only thing standing between you and a $200K salary. Here is the reality. Building a UI is like being a world-class interior designer. You know where the furniture goes, you know which colors make people feel good, and you know how to make a space livable. It's fun, it's visible, it's satisfying. But data structures and algorithms, that's the structural engineering. That's the foundation, the load-bearing walls, and the complex plumbing hidden behind the drywall. When you're building a small app for 100 users, you don't need to know about the foundation. A tent doesn't need a foundation. But if you want to build a skyscraper, the kind of apps built by Google, Amazon, or even high-growth startups, the interior design doesn't matter if the building collapses under its own weight. If you don't know why a hash map is better than a nested for loop in a specific scenario, you aren't building a skyscraper. You're just building a very pretty tent that's destined to blow away in the first storm. A lot of beginners ask me, why do big tech companies grill us on DSA, but the local startup didn't even mention it? It's not because big tech is elitist. It's about the cost of inefficiency. Think about it. In a startup, if your code is a bit slow and takes 200 milliseconds longer to run, no one notices. They just need to survive until the next funding round. They need features, fast. But when you're Meta and you have 3 billion people hitting a button, that 200 millisecond delay doesn't just annoy users. It costs millions of dollars in extra server electricity and hardware. Big tech doesn't test your DSA because they want you to solve puzzles all day. They test it because they need to know if you can think and scale. They need to know that if they give you the keys to a billion-user system, you won't accidentally write a line of code that burns down their data center. So, you hate the terminal because it's ugly. I get it. We all love the dopamine hit of seeing a button change color. But the terminal is the most honest place in the world. In the terminal, there is no CSS to hide a slow algorithm. There are no animations to distract the user while your database query takes 5 seconds to respond. It's just your logic, naked and exposed. When you practice DSA in the terminal, you are training your brain to see the skeleton of code. You start realizing that every object you create in JavaScript, every list you use in Flutter, has a memory cost and a time cost. Once you master the terminal, you stop guessing if your code is good. You know it's good. You stop being a coder who copies and pastes from Stack Overflow, and you start being an architect who understands every brick they lay. When frameworks change, years ago everyone wanted Redux. Today it's something else. Tomorrow, Flutter might be replaced by something we haven't even heard of yet. If you only learn frameworks, you are constantly running just to stay in the same place. But the way we sort data, the way we search through a billion records, the logic of a graph or a stack, that hasn't changed in 40 years. When you learn DSA, you are investing in the gold standard of knowledge. It's the only part of your resume that will never expire. It gives you the engineer's intuition. It's the ability to look at a complex system and say, that's going to break at 10,000 users. We need a different approach. That intuition is exactly what companies pay the big bucks for. So, do you need to study DSA? If you just want to build simple websites for local businesses, maybe not. But if you want to be the person who builds the future, the one who gets the unicorn offers and works on the hardest problems in the world, then yes, the whispering woods of DSA are waiting for you. And trust me, once you walk through them, the view from the other side is incredible. But I want to hear from you. We've all had that one DSA topic that made us feel like we weren't smart enough for this industry. For me, it was recursion. It took me months to finally get it. What is that one topic for you? Linked lists? Heaps? Graphs? Comment it below. I read every single one, and I'm going to make a Ghibli-style deep dive into the most requested topic to make it finally click for you. Don't let the terminal scare you. Let's build something legendary. Hit subscribe, and let's get to work.